Hello.
Hey, everybody. I didn't even know we went live. I'm sorry. How is everybody? I was looking at my nails thinking, oh my gosh, I got to do my nails. And I was going to go over and put some lotion on. Well, that ends that. Welcome, everyone. It's Gina from Gina K Designs. I hope you are having a great evening. Welcome to Stamp and Chat Live Tuesday night. We missed you guys over the weekend. We hope you had a great weekend. Tonight, we're going to have a lot of fun playing with scraps. Now, scraps like multiply. Like you could have 2 scraps and you put them in your drawer and you come back and you have 6. I don't know what it is, but I've got scraps everywhere. I never use them. I have these great ideas that's going to make a great border and that's going to make this and that's going to make that, and I never use them. And I know a lot of you are the same way. You spend more time organizing your scraps than using them, right? Let's get rid of them. Let's start using them. I have a fun technique to show you tonight. And I'm going to be using this die. And I've done something similar to this before, but I found a trick that works so well. And I think you guys are really going to like this trick. This is a die from Master Layouts, and it cuts strips of cardstock. Now, you don't have to use this die to do this. You can actually hand cut the strips on your paper cutter. That's totally fine. Maybe you want to do wider strips or skinnier strips, but I really love this die. This is kind of like the Masking Magic strips. You can cut the regular Masking Magic sheets into strips, but you know how convenient it is. So if you have Master Layouts 8, you already have this die. If not, this is an option, or you can just use your paper cutter. So you're still in whether or not you have this. And I was like digging through. I have like pieces like this that I cut off the bottom of a piece of cardstock to make a square card. Or, you know, I cut a couple panels out and I cut some shapes out, and then I've got this weird piece, so I just cut the junk off the top, and then things like this are just laying in my drawer. So this is what we're going to be using tonight. But before we get started, let's say hello to Tom. Hey, Tom. All right.
Oh, hey.
Hey, I'm sorry. Is there a way to cut off the beginning of that live? I didn't mean to do that.
Hey, how's it going?
How are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Very, very scrappy tonight. Scraps, you got piles of scraps over there.
I do. I have them everywhere, and they're so disorganized.
They are?
Yeah, they really are.
So that's what you're not supposed to organize scraps too much, right? Do you really?
Look, I've got like all this kind of stuff in my drawer, half sheets of cardstock that I don't even remember when I have a half sheet of cardstock, let alone a scrap.
So you store them rather scrap hazardly.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, my goodness. So we already got a word of the day. Do you have more words later?
Yeah, we got more words.
Okay, good. All right.
We have more word.
You have another word? Okay. All right. Scrap hazardly. But that's the way I do store it. Just stay there for a second, Tom. Seriously. I don't even know if I can look at this. This is my drawer. This is my scrap drawer. No organization at all. I'm telling you. So we got to use this stuff. We got to use it. All right. Well, let me show you what we're going to start with tonight, okay? So, and welcome everybody. It's great to see you here. I'm so glad that you're here. I see people coming in. We already have about 1,700 people here. This is great. We're going to have so much fun tonight. Now, before we get started, I have just a little bit of business to discuss with all of you, okay? So the first thing is our website is down right now. There's nothing wrong with it, but we are getting an upgrade. We have been having so much trouble for the last few years. It's been insane. And I apologize with all my heart at the trouble that you guys have had. But we have this great company called One Click Wisconsin that is figuring out little by little all the things that they need to fix. And they fixed a lot of things, but now we're getting a brand new server. And so they had to pull the site down so that they can migrate to a new server tonight. And we told you we wouldn't be back up until Thursday, but that's because we would rather surprise you than disappoint you. We're thinking that it's going to be before that. And this is kind of like I've been telling everybody, I want my website to be super, super fast on release night. They think this is going to do the trick. So the website should be back up very soon. I'll let you know by posting it on our social media. And also I'll send a little newsletter out to let you know it's back up and running. But as of 7 o'clock tonight, they pulled it down. Then that's the first order of business. The second order of business is we are having our release next Tuesday. I know we've been waiting and waiting, and you should have seen the shipments that came in today. Tom, how's your back feel?
Oh, it's
where are you?
It's felt better.
Oh my goodness. Tom carried thousands of pounds while he pulled on these. He rolled thousands of pounds of merchandise in today. So we are definitely having our release on next Tuesday, the 27th at 7 p.m. Central Time. So I'm so excited. We have a brand new card kit, and it is a very big card kit. It's got a lot of stuff in it, but we also are giving you a bonus gift for the holidays that you're not going to believe. We've never done anything this big before as a bonus gift, and I am so excited to show it to you. Okay, so that's next Tuesday. Now, I'm not going to be live on Thursday this week, so I just wanted to let you know, and I saw Larry said that he might not be here. Larry, I'm praying for you for your back surgery. I hope that goes well. We are not going to be live on Thursday because Tom has a family obligation that he has to go to, and I am going to be using that time to make samples for our release party. I usually don't have a bunch of samples to show you, but I'm so excited about this kit that I just want to make a bunch of samples so on release party night I can show you especially this free gift. So with all of that being said, oh, I know the extra. You're not going to believe it. You guys are not going to believe it. So just get ready because you're going to absolutely love this. So those are my 3 housekeeping things all done. And now it is time to get started. So like I told you, we're going to use this die. So we can go to the overhead here. We're going to use this die tonight. Now I have a little trick for you. Sometimes when you use big dies that have straight edges, sometimes when you cut them, they get these little frays. Every once in a while, especially if you used a die like a zillion times, and I have literally used this die a zillion times. I guess not literally, but it feels like it. So I'm going to show you a little trick to clean up the edges super, super fast. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to cut out some strips with this. Oh, look at all our friends coming in. It's great to see you guys. Happy Tuesday. I just love in our group, every Tuesday, Jen posts what's for dinner. And everybody posts what they're having for dinner. And you guys make me so hungry. And I always bring my same 2 hard-boiled eggs or a peanut butter sandwich or something. And you guys are having just the best dinner, or you're having pizza, and that sounds great too. So I'm going to cut this upside down. It doesn't really matter which direction you cut it in, but I'm going to cut it upside down, and I'm going to cut several strips here. So what I like about this is I like this die because it'll cut out strips for you, and they are perfect little strips. But I've also done a video where I've used this part as a stencil, which is really fun to create lines and create crisscross down your card. It's kind of a fun thing to use the leftover for. But I'm just going to pop these out, and I'm going to do a couple more. And here's, now that color was honey mustard. I'm going to do faded brick. Let's see, is there a new invention for heavy? We don't have a forklift. Tom's not a licensed forklift driver, are you, hon?
Actually, Janelle did most of the heavy lifting today.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, Janelle, little Janelle. Oh, my goodness. So you can see I'm really making use of these. I'm going to toss out these leftovers here. It feels so good. Now, with a die like this, if you don't know what to do, just cut out strips. put them away to use them for another time. You see, I'm going to cut this one with the die on top. Either way it works. Sometimes I like to do it underneath. Sometimes I do it right on top. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me with all of your food. Lasagna and crusted stuff. Oh my gosh. All right, getting rid of that. See, we're getting rid of scraps already. So I'm going to do one more of these, and then I'm going to show you my little trick for cleaning up the edges.
What set is that die in?
Master Layouts 8. It's from Master Layouts 8. But again, if you don't have this die, you can also just go right ahead and cut it with your paper cutter. That is totally fine. Oh my gosh, we're such a chatty bunch. I just glanced down at I only have you guys on YouTube on my phone. I know so many of you are coming in from Facebook, and I love seeing you guys coming from everywhere. I have YouTube just on the side. I always monitor it to make sure it doesn't like cut out. And we've already made 1.5 thousand comments. Yes, these are 1/4-inch strips, Susie. 1/4-inch strips. Hey, I like when you write questions real big like that. I can see that a little bit better, and I think that will help Tom too. Okay, so occasionally, I don't know if you can see this. Let me get a piece of white cardstock here, but it's so mild, but sometimes you get just a little bit of like, I don't know, like a little shred on the side of a die cut like this. So what I do is, remember this little tool? This is the Prismacolor. Well, it comes in a Prismacolor kit. You can get it that way, or you can buy it separately. But it is by, how do you say this, Tom? Stadler? I think so. Mm-hmm. And it's sandpaper. So you can use a little piece of sandpaper. Yeah, I can show Master Layouts 8. This is Master Layouts 8 right here. It's the big one, the 5x7 one. I'll zoom out a little. So you can use a piece of sandpaper for this, or you can even use a nail file, as long as it's not too thick of a grit. And all I do is I take this and I just run it along the side like that, run it along the side like that, and then I run it right down the back like that. And all those little shreds just disappear. It is so easy to do. Just like that. So anytime you have something like that, you can just go through and you can just clean them all up if they're a little shreddy. Now, it's a little more difficult on things like word dies because there's so many delicate edges. Oh, Donna, our website isn't going away, so you don't have to worry about your wish list or anything like that. They've been making improvements for the last few weeks. I think you guys probably saw now we have a beautiful drop down for all of our products instead of that long list that was on the side that they said to me, people don't even realize how long that list goes. It goes way below the end of your website and people are missing out on products. So they put this nice little drop down. They also made the search bar more visible so that you can search easier. But things like your wish list, your accounts, all of that is going to stay exactly the same. So don't worry about any of that. Okay. Oh, I'm glad that your die doesn't do the rough edge, Lori. You might be right because you use the Gemini or an electric cutter. That is fine. But and I also have used mine so much that I think that might be why, is because mine is just overworked. Okay, so we've got all of these, this huge thing of right here, this huge thing of colors cut out. I've got faded brick, I've got honey mustard, I've got prickly pear, and I've got fresh asparagus. So here's a little trick for you. Now, a lot of times you will see people glue this onto cardstock, these strips, before they die cut it. And it's very difficult to die cut because this is 100-pound cardstock. So it's pretty heavy weight for cutting and then putting it on top of another piece of cardstock, even a layering weight cardstock. That's fine if you're using a big heart die or you're using a tag or something. But my trick is to use a piece of super thin copy paper. This barely puts any thickness into your piece of cardstock. into your pieces of cardstock, it makes it very easy to cut more intricate dies, which is what we're going to do. We're going to cut some beautiful, intricate pieces out today out of these strips. And this is, again, like when you're not sure what to do, this is a super fun technique to do. So I'm going to glue these down using Connect glue. And the reason I'm using Connect glue instead of tape is because, number one, I don't want to get too much tape on my die cuts and on my die when I start cutting these out. And then number two, I want to make sure that I get like a lot of this strip glued down. So I'm doing that little zigzag pattern there. And this way, when I cut these out with intricate dies, the pieces will stay in place. All right. So I'm just going to put this one down here. Okay. And then my next color is going to be honey mustard. This is faded brick up here. You already had a fruit salad tonight? I need a fruit salad. I could use one. I had fruit. I had an apple today. It's not the same. I gotta tell you, it's not the same. Okay, so I'm just lining these up together. Now, if you've got small pieces of cardstock, little pieces like that are only this wide, you can still do this technique. Just go ahead and, line the tiny ones up, because when you see the different die cut pieces I'm going to use, I don't need to go across this whole big thing. Could you put glue on the entire white sheet and lay the strips down? Well, Kathy, I actually tried that earlier today because I was playing with this technique a little bit, and that works just great to do that. You definitely can do that. I put it on a paintbrush and I just painted the glue right down the piece of paper, and then I just added the strips there. But then I forgot to clean my brush, and my brush is hard as a rock right now. So I'm going with this method right now. But yeah, you could definitely put glue all over the paper, as long as you're pretty fast with putting the strips down, because that glue will dry. Yes, Linda, you could get it this straight. You absolutely could get it this straight. Don't worry about that. Yes, an adhesive sheet would work great as long as, it's not real thick, but I don't think you have to worry if it's super thick. I think that would be okay. An adhesive sheet would work. There we go. I really like using this copy paper, though. It's very easy to use and super thin. It die cut really nicely. So let's move this one up a little bit before it dries completely, so I can move this one up. There we go. They're not perfect, but they are better than horrible. I could use adhesive sheets, but I want to go as thin as possible here. So I'm using my Connect glue. Now you could cut these out in different shapes too. If you wanted to cut small squares, you could use a die cut, like a die of squares to do this. And then you could have a square, more of a mosaic pattern if you wanted. That would work too. It's actually very therapeutic for me to use the glue. Okay. I'm not going to do a ton here. I'm just going to do enough that I can cut out my couple of images I want to cut out. So welcome, everyone. We're getting busy around here. It's great to see all of you. I hope you're all having a great week. I did announce that our release will be next Tuesday. I really want to give you guys a sneak peek, but I can't. I just can't, but I want to so bad. I'm terrible like that. Are any of you like that? Like you get a gift for somebody, like for Christmas, and you're like, oh, I want them to open it early. I just can't wait. I am terrible with gifts. If I get something for somebody, they have to open it right away. I can't wait. Oh, man. But I am going to start sneak peeks a little bit earlier for this release. Let's So I think instead of waiting till like Saturday, maybe I'll start them on Thursday. What do you think? Should I start them on Thursday? Is the price going to be the same for the kit? Yes, the price is going to be the same. You're just getting this extra huge gift for free. Just because everybody in the company is like, wait, you can't put that in the kit. And I'm like, yes, I can. They're like, but that's like a whole thing. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I can't wait to show you. I know you won't tell. I really should give you guys a sneak peek because you're my like dedicated YouTube and Facebook live watchers. And I should give you a sneak peek. But then I would have to like not post the live because that would like be just a little gift for the people watching. And I don't know how to cut something out. Yes, there's going to be a brand new kit. It's our holiday kit. It's amazing. And I have too many ideas for this kit. So many holiday card ideas. And I can't even tell you how thankful I am that it's only the end of September and we have all the way through like the middle of December to be like focusing on stuff for Christmas, because we have so many cool things coming out and this kit is so amazing. There's just too many cool ideas. I'm just going to keep going a little bit more. I hope you don't mind. Just because, you know, scraps. That's what we're here for, right? You're going to have some new adhesive words. You know, I don't think so. I don't think we have anything coming out with ThermoWeb. We had a great thing coming out with ThermoWeb, and then it got postponed until after the new year. So there is something very exciting coming out with ThermoWeb, but not until after the new year. That got postponed. You know, things happen. I didn't clean that one. I didn't clean most of these. They look pretty good, but okay, we're getting there. So what do you think of this color palette? I mean, it's beautiful for fall, but doesn't it kind of remind you of like hippie clothes? What do you think, Tom? Doesn't this remind you of like your grandmother's Afghan?
I'm thinking you're ready to reside the house.
Oh, that's what you see. You see shiplap.
Yeah, this technique, you could probably knock it out in a few days.
Just a couple more, because I have a couple things I want to cut out of this. I'll stop after this one. This will be enough. Okay. Yes, holiday release. I know our Christmas release is always very, very exciting. And usually I don't do it until the first week of October. Maybe last year I did it in the last week of September. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this. Yes, 70s clothes. That's exactly right. Or 60s clothes, Penny. Yes. So I'm just going to cut this excess off here. We don't really need any of this. And then I'm going to clean up the sides. I'm just going to go right to the edge of that white paper. And I'm just going to cut off all these little extras just so that there's nothing gluey hanging over the edge. Okay. All right. So now this becomes my piece of paper. Isn't that pretty? But it does remind me of hippie clothes, 60s and 70s attire. But it's also beautiful autumn colors. So when you see it on a card, it may not look quite so hippie-ish, but now that's probably the only thing in your mind, right? Okay. So I am going to get my die cutting machine here. Let's move this out of the way. Fall colors, yes. If I had limited resource, what 6 colors in dye ink pads would I get? Well, that would really depend on a couple of different things. So the first thing would be, what time of the year is it and what kinds of cards am I trying to make? Because if it's in the fall, I might pick more fall-oriented colors. But I think my first colors for a beginner would be Red Hot or Red Velvet, Tangerine Twist or Sweet Mango, Wild Dandelion, either Jelly Bean Green or Lucky Clover, Turquoise Sea, and Wild Lilac. I think that's 6, right? I think that's 6. You could also, if you wanted to add one more, you could go with Passionate Pink, but I would kind of do that rainbow since we do so much with rainbows. Okay, so this die is from our Foliage Fillers die set, and I'm going to cut 3 of these out. So I'm going to just lay this somewhere on here, and I'm going to cut. All right, so I'm going to cut it once, and then I'm going to roll it backwards and cut it again. Well, Tom had 1 word of the day so far. What was the first word of the day that you had, Tom?
It referred to your the way you store your scraps, rather scrap hazardly.
Yes, scrap hazardly. All right, now I'm just poking this a little bit to get these tight areas out, just to release those a little bit easier. Okay, because I don't want to pull too much on this because the glue is still, you know, a little damp. If you let this dry overnight, that'd be great. But isn't that just so pretty? Let's look at that over white. Look how pretty that is. I love that. That is so fun. So I'm going to cut 2 more of these. And I'll save the scrap of the scraps to cut more later. Oh my gosh. Seriously? I'm going to have scraps from my scraps. Ugh. Now I'm going back and forth because this is a little bit, like I said, it's a little bit thicker because it does have that copy paper on there. But I love this. And I love too that it does have a nice backing here now. So if you wanted to pop it up with foam squares or something like that, you could. Okay, I'm just gently getting in there. I really use this die a lot too. There we go. Oh, that's just a tiny little piece. Okay, but you can see how pretty that one is and how each one's different, right? Each one's different. So again, you guys know, and I know that we all go through this because we're all the same. We've got those moments of just pure genius where we're like, oh, I'm on a roll. I just can't make enough cards and come up with enough ideas. And then we have those times where we're like, I do not know what to make. When you are having one of those moments, that's the time to say, you know what? I'm going to pick a bunch of colors. I'm going to cut strips. I'm going to make some really fun cards out of my scraps. Yes, I definitely could have separated this out a little bit more and made a square box, right? And that could have been, you know, I could have used the inside part, just the outside surrounding it, definitely. But I'm trying to use every little bit of this because I want to cut all of these out. So I will use the rest of these later. Okay, there we go. They're very delicate. Okay, so let me pull this one out. So Tom,
Yes.
do you have another word of the day, pray tell?
Okay, so if you happen to miscut your card base so that there are only 2 edges that are parallel with each other,
Yeah.
you would have a scrapazoid.
So it's a scrappy word night tonight. I get it. That's awesome. I love it. All right, let me just do this off camera for a second because I need to get in there. I need to rip something. All right. I got it. I got it here. All right, there we go. Goodness. So there's the final one. All right, so I've got these 3 ready to go, and this is going to be for my card, Scrapazoid. Okay, so that's my first one. Now, I'm going to make that into a card, and I'm actually going to make 2 cards tonight. But while I have my die cutting machine, I want to show you another one. Can you buy the strips separately? No, Deborah, I'm sorry, you can't. It's part of the Master Layouts 8 die set. They're manufactured together, and there's no way for us to break it out. But it's strips, so you can also cut strips by hand if you want to get going on these right away. So I had strips of Red Hot and Lucky Clover. So I just did this. This is like the Grinch's clothes, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah.
So I decided to just do that earlier today. This way, you know, it wouldn't take forever for me to do it again. And I thought I would cut these out using these snowflake dies. Now I have not, this is a very intricate die. So I don't know how much luck I'm going to have with this. And I tend to want to cut this on its back, upside down, off to one side, because it is such a delicate snowflake. So I'm going to cut that one first by itself. I know Tom really needs to make a book of words of the day. Tom, do you remember all your words?
I don't remember. What was the last word that I did?
I don't know. I don't remember either. I don't remember either. Okay, I ran that back and forth a couple of times, so I'm going to just gently poke these out.
Remembering is getting to be a lot of work.
Yeah, remembering, it's, do we really need to? I mean,
I suppose now and then.
Now and then. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
That did come out really easily. Okay, let me get a piece of white cardstock so we can look at that together and be excited. Here we go. Isn't that cool? That's so fun. Yeah, I know. I have the metal shim somewhere. I gotta find that too. I don't know where anything is. So I'll pick those out later, although they're not hard to get out. They do poke right out. So let's do these other 2. Look at the mess I made. I should have used my other technique that I was showing you guys with putting the piece of copy paper down on top to not make that mess. Okay, so I have to decide how I want these to go. I think I'll do this one here. That'll fit, right? Okay. I'm going to cut 2 at a time. And then I'll do this one here like this. Trying to do them so that all the stripes go in the same direction, the way I want to lay them out. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. I wasn't so worried about the leaves, but I feel like these might look better if the stripes go in the same direction. Oh yeah, shades of blue would be gorgeous for a snowflake. I'll show you the one that I did with blue, purple, and green. Here we go. One more time through. I think that'll do it. I don't know if I could crank that through with the metal shim, to be honest with you. That's pretty tight, just as it is. Okay, this one's going to give me a little bit of a harder time. That's all right. I can do it. There we go. Okay, and we'll poke these out. So you guys know I don't like to make Christmas cards this early. But I was looking through all of the dies that I had that would be standalone dies, and I just had to try this technique with snowflakes. So generally, I do not do Christmas in September, except for Stamptember, because I always design a Christmas set for Simon Says Stamp. But other than that, I'm trying to take it season by season here. I'm trying not to rush my life away because of stamping, you know? Just working. Oh, they look like candy canes or something. I don't know. What set are the snowflakes from? They are from the Snowflake Trio set. It's just a set of 3 snowflakes that we have on our website. Aren't they pretty? I love these snowflakes. We've had these for a long time. So there's other cards out there where there's my leftover. I could get one more snowflake out of that later. We've had these for a long time. So there's lots of cards out there using these snowflakes. I use them every year. You guys know that when I come out with something, it's not a one and done for me. Oh, this one came off. I must not have had it glued there. So can I glue it back on? Let's see. Wait a minute. Just want to get a little glue on there, but not a lot. I can do it. I'm going to use my jewel picker here. And I'm going to pick that up. And I'm going to place it right back on there. There we go. I think that's where it was. Maybe not. Does that look right? No, it's upside down. Did I lose it? Sorry, this is putsy, I know. Oh, I know that's a bad word, some people say. Sorry. I don't mean to swear in Yiddish. Somebody told me I swore in Yiddish. I didn't know that. My mother said that all the time. She always yelled at me for not moving fast enough, and that was a word that she used. She probably knew it was a swear word. So sorry about that. I grew up with that word. I apologize. Okay. So this, you guys know, I think this is what I was talking about. I threw myself off by swearing. You guys know that when I come out with a stamp set or a die set or something like that for Christmas, it's not just a one and done for me. You're going to see it next Christmas too. I keep using the same stuff over and over again because I love it. And I don't feel like one time is enough. So what do you think of those? Aren't they beautiful? They're so fun. It just makes such a difference to have like these detailed die cuts for these, as opposed to just cutting it out in a big chunk. I've done it with a heart. Yes, it's a swear word. I know, Anne. I didn't know either. And I said it one live, and somebody said, don't say that. That's a swear word. And then I guess, you know, she told me it was a Yiddish swear word. So now I'm swearing in Yiddish. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's get to making some cards here. Before I put this away, I do think that these snowflakes are going to be too big for an A2, and I think it's going to need a mini slimline. So let's do a mini slimline cut. We'll use Master Layout 7 for that. I have that right here. We've got our stitched and our plain one. So let me find a piece of white cardstock. Thank God everybody's laughing. Thank you. Oh, I could never drop the F-bomb, but thank you. I appreciate knowing that in the worst case scenario, if that were to happen, that you would still like me. Quick, Tom, play some music. I promise that won't happen. Are you playing a Christmas song? Oh my gosh. Ooh. Something's stuck in there. Okay. So we've got that, and here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the biggest one in the middle, and then maybe one up here, kind of coming off, and then one down here. Oh, I don't know. It's not going to fit. What if I do them more staggered, and then we just trim them? We could do that. We could put them more staggered like that, and then we could trim them and put a little strip sentiment on here. Let's do that. Okay, I'll put that aside. We're going to cut a black panel. Well, I can't say the word. People are like, what word was it? I can't say it again now that I've admitted that it was a swear word. I'm going to use the plain one. I don't even know what it means as a swear word. Oh, it's a derogatory term that means stupid? Oh. Okay. Well, that doesn't seem so bad anymore. I was so nervous. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel better. All right. So I've got the black and the white there, and let's cut a black and a white small one using Master Layouts 2. So I'm going to put the Master Layout 7 away. Oh, I love you guys. Yeah, staggered is good. I think so too. It's not a swear word. Okay, Brenda, thank you. I appreciate knowing that because it means not accomplishing anything. Okay, I get it. Okay. So somebody that's kind of like a dud. I am going to put a piece of copy paper over this because it's just getting too dirty from my dirty plates. Look at how dirty my plates are. That's true, Pauline. There are a lot of them in the world. A lot of people that aren't trying. But there's a lot of people who are, and I certainly don't want to be using naughty words or even mean words. Hey, you know, when my kids were little, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did this too, like if they said stupid, we would go like, oh, we don't say that word in this house. You know, and boy, when they became teenagers, it was like, gosh, I wish they were just saying stupid. Stupid was nothing, right? Oh, welcome everybody. It's great to see all of you. We have a busy night here tonight.
Gina, you've done a wonderful job of not drawing attention to that word.
Are you saying that or did somebody else say it?
I'm saying.
You're saying it, I know. I was trying to let it go, but then I thought that the person that told me last time would be like, hey, I told you. And so I wanted to acknowledge that I wasn't ignoring that, you know? Okay. Oh, maybe you should always have my face in the screen, Tom, because if they saw my facial expressions sometimes, I think that would be a laugh too. Okay, so now I'm going to get this brick stencil. I love this little stencil. And we're going to make this leaf card first. All right, so I'm going to get this and I am going to tape this down on the back. I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape here. This washi tape is almost done. These cards will come together fast now. Well, I appreciate you guys filling me in that it wasn't really like a swear word. Thank you. All right, now we're going to just do a little bit of this. And you guys have seen me do this before. This is all about just grounding the images. So I want to make sure that's straight. It might be just a little off. That looks a little better. I'm going to line that up right up there. There we go. So I'm going to use some craft ink. And I've got my brown blending brush. And I'm going to ink up this brush with just a little bit of craft ink. And I'm going to just add a little bit of brick here in the center. So again, these are just kind of for grounding the images rather than putting a piece of like a circle or an oval or something in here. It just gives a little area that your eye is drawn to, like that. All right, there we go. Get rid of that. And then I've got these pieces here, and I think I'm going to try to kind of connect them together. Yeah, if you came in a little bit late, of course, you can always watch the replay on how I got here, how I got to this point. But I think I'm going to do something like that, just to bring those images down the card, and then I'll add my little greeting across the center. So these are super simple, clean and simple cards, making use of all of those little die cut pieces. Now I'm using black. I could have used brown, I know, but I think I'm going to use one of the pre-designed sentiment strips, and they are either black or white. So I think that will pull all of this together really nicely. So we could do it this way. We can have this one up here a little bit more, and then we can have that little greeting going across. Okay, so that's going to be the layout for one, and then we'll take a look at this one. I think we're going to lay this one out. Should we do a little something in the back, or should we just keep this really clean? I think we should keep it clean. I think this is going to be pretty just like this. I almost hate to cut these snowflakes off because, you know, we did all that work, but I think it'll be pretty this way. And again, we'll put a little Christmas greeting right here. So the greeting parts are going to be simple. So let's get some Connect glue. We'll start gluing these down. Thank you. Oh, hi, Jennifer. How are you? Good to see you. I think Jennifer's going to come and do a live with me after our new release. At least she said she would. So we got to hold her to it, right? I'm going to do that still, Jennifer? Because Jennifer actually gave me the idea for something that's coming out. Something not part of the kit, but something that she said that she always wanted. And I said, I think I can do that. And so I shared it with her early, and I think we nailed it. So, and that's all getting released. I'm not going to go all the way over to the edge. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this in here pretty far in, like that far in. And then I'm going to just tap it down. Ooh, I like that so much. Okay. Yes, if you haven't seen Jennifer and I together on a live, we did one on my channel a while back, but you can always go to my channel and look under videos, and you could see the thumbnail, because that thumbnail of that video is me and Jennifer, our faces. That was fun. I had a good time doing that. Jennifer, you're up late tonight. Do you have a premiere tonight? I know I'm going a little too far over, but I'd rather go over too far than not far enough. Okay. We do laugh a lot, that's for sure. We do. Okay, so I'm getting this one here. Putting that in place. Okay. That's very close, but I feel like I can't move it now because, you know, the glue. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'll just make this one close too. I'll make that one here. Okay. All right. This is, I'm not going to say the word, but this is the part that takes a while. What's a word that I can use instead of that word, Tom? You're the word guy.
Something that
Tedious. Tedious. That's what I thought the word meant. The naughty word. I thought it just meant tedious. I mean, isn't that the way you've always heard it used? Or did you not hear it used until you married me?
I think that's the case, yes.
Oops. All right. So we'll get this one on here.
Come to think of it, there are quite a few words like that.
All right. So you can see I'm trying to get them all so that the orientation of those stripes in there is in the same direction. Okay. Yes, Kathy, that's what I thought too, like a slow poke or tedious, like when you're doing something that's taking a long time. Okay. So now I'm going to be very careful to trim off the edges of this. So let me get my scissors here. Oh, my scissors have glue on them. That's wonderful. When I cut these kinds of things off, I definitely cut it off from the back. I find that I have a little bit, oh, it's so hard to cut those off when you've done all that work, you know? But it's okay. All right. There we go. Actually, the real meaning, though, of that word is actually often me as well. So, okay, I'll cut this off. I'm doing the harder one first, the one with all the cutting. Oh, I've heard that too. I've heard that they're I've heard that was a big word when we were kids growing up. You would say dork. Oh, he's a dork. And then I found out what it really meant. Apparently, it's a whale's anatomy, I guess. I don't know. Is that right, Tom?
Okay, I make silly words. I don't know what
You don't know real words?
real words. Whale's anatomy. When I was a marine biologist, I knew all the words.
Oh my gosh. Is anyone here a marine biologist? All right, so I'm going to tape this on to my card. I probably should have cut it at a right angle. I really didn't, so some of it might be hanging off a little bit, but I know, I'm telling you guys, don't even think about like what you used to say as a kid, because you'll find out that everything is wrong. So
you might be working on a scrapazoid there?
I'm working on a scrapazoid. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Whew. All right, I love it. It's so cute, isn't it? Don't you just love? Yeah, Sharon, that was my Seinfeld reference. I'm glad somebody picked up on that. Is anybody here a marine biologist? All right, now I'm going to cut out a card base here for this little mini slimline, and then we just have a couple greetings to cut out, and we're going to glue. Don't worry about it. You can say it around here. I've already broken the ice for saying naughty words. So, all right. So 6.5 by 6 1/4. I need my big paper cutter for that. And see, that's going in a scrap pile. So now on the 6.5 side, here's the 6 1/4. Here on the 6.5 inch side, I'm going to score this at 3 1/4. I know you're learning a lot more tonight than just anything to do with card making. And for that, I apologize. That was not my intention. That's right, the golf ball. All right. So there we go. Little white card base, although I think a red hot card base would have been cute too. But we're going to go with white to keep some consistency. That's a trapezoid right there, Tom. Oh, I have a little piece of something. Somebody's going to get this card because we're going to give both of these cards away. So if you're new to Gina K Designs and you're here for the first time, all you have to do is leave a comment. It can be any comment. You can make a George Costanza reference if you want. It doesn't matter. Making a comment gets you into the drawing for winning one of these two cards tonight. Alrighty, so there we go. Now this would be really cute if we added a bunch of little embellishments, little sequins, and I will probably do that. But I definitely want to get both of these cards done, and then I can add those embellishments and take some pictures after the video so that we don't run too short on time. And we're going to do strip sentiments for these, so I'm going to cut 2 of those out in just a second here. And then we're going to use another piece of white cardstock. We'll make a book fold style here. Score that at 4 1/4 inches. Fold that. Get that crease nice there. Okay. Yeah, the snowflakes are really fun, aren't they? And just the red and green is fun, but yes, like here's some that I did earlier in blues and purples. Aren't they pretty? Those are pretty colors too. So I did jelly bean green, wild lilac, and powder blue on those. Okay, it's all sticking to me because my fingers are gluey. I have to lay this out one more time because I don't remember what I did, but I know one was here, one was like coming up from there, and then one was like way more on an angle like that. Okay, I could group them a little closer together. I just want them to all kind of seem connected in some way. You know, and even if you just wanted to do a really simple card, you could just do a single one with a tiny greeting right here. And that would be really beautiful too. So let's just go for it here. I am using the Connect glue tonight. Music's nice, Tom. Just do that one like this. And we'll add a little back here. Yeah, I like the idea of using adhesive sheets. I know ThermoWeb has really good adhesive sheets. They're probably my favorite. I am out of mine. There.
Might want to explain again why the site is down.
Oh, why is the site down? We are actually moving everything over to a new server tonight. And we are hoping that it's done sooner than expected, but it'll definitely be absolutely 100% complete by Thursday. But I think it's going to be done. They think it's going to be done beforehand. But we all agreed that we would rather surprise you than disappoint you. So we agreed on Thursday as being the worst case scenario. Here we go. Okay, that is cute. Hold these down for a second. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to put the little strip sentiments over here. We'll cut those out, and then we will be ready to give these away. So for strip sentiments, I like to use our pre-done strip sentiments a lot, especially if I'm in a hurry and I only have a few minutes. I know it is nice to have someone serenade you while you're crafting, isn't it? So I think Merry and Bright would be good for this one, for the Christmas one. And then for the mixed messages, you know what might be really nice? Well, I could do a thank you, but I could also do love you so much or with love and prayers. I don't know. Make it a birthday card. Let's just do hello friend, because that's cute and little, and that won't take up too much space on the card. So here I am again with my dirty plates. I'm going to use the strip sentiment dies, and I will cut out a hello. Hello friend, right there. I know that's a little big. I could go down one, but I like it. I like the little extra on the edges there. Sometimes you want a little bit longer of a black bar going across. I should pull this down a little bit. I'm trying to get my fingers in there. And they're all gluey. I want that to be straight. Does that look straight? That looks pretty straight. Okay. So I'll talk to spellbinders about that. I agree. I think I should get ongoing plates. Free ones. Okay. I don't think that's going to happen, but wouldn't that be just pretty right there across the center? Oh, I love that. That's so pretty. That's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Okay, so that's one. And then we'll cut out the Merry and Bright. It's a fun way to use scraps, isn't it? Yes, I know. I have to wash my hands. I really do. But I don't have a sink in here, and I would have to leave. And that won't work. I'll just hold that there. Oh, the plates. You know, I put my plates in the dishwasher, and then I heat dry. And when it's in the middle of that heat dry, you know, do you ever reach into your dishwasher to grab a glass when it's in the middle of heat dry and you can barely touch it? That's when I grab the plates out and I put something flat on top, and it actually does extend the plates. I used to do that when I was home, but now that my studio's at work, I don't bring them home. I always forget. And then I remember on the next live, oh, I should have brought those plates home. And we'll put Merry and Bright right there on that snowflake. Let's bring it down just a little bit so you can see the open hole there, or up a little bit. No, I like it down a little bit. There we go. We'll let a little green show so we get the difference between the green and the red, like that. Okay. Alrighty. Hand sanitizer to clean your plates? Is that what she said? I don't know. I missed that comment. I saw hand sanitizer. To clean your hands when they're sticky. Okay. Yeah, I should do that. I don't even have any hand sanitizer in here. I did for the longest time. All right. So we'll finish this up by... We could put a little foam tape on the back of that. Let's do that. I've got a few black foam squares left. So I think I'll use those. I'll just grab a couple here, like 2. All right. Margaret! It's Margaret's birthday? Margaret, happy birthday! I hope that you're enjoying this live tonight. If I would have known that, I would have turned this into a birthday card, Margaret. Happy birthday, Margaret. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Chardonnay Lover is your daughter. Chardonnay Lover, what's your name? Or do you not want to say? That's very sweet of you to give your mom a shout out. Okay. Let's try to get this even. That's pretty even. Okay. That looks pretty good, right? That'll do it. Happy birthday, Margaret. Is it a milestone birthday for you? I'm going to put a few foam squares on here as well. When I say a milestone, like a big one. I don't know. I think they're all milestones, actually. Okay. So we've got this. Oh, look at all the birthday wishes you're getting, Margaret. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words on my card. All right, we'll go right here in the middle. I know. I should use Mindy Egan's method with a little tweezer. There we go. Merry and Bright. So we should add some sequins, but the main purpose of this was to use scraps and make some interesting cards. And I think they turned out pretty interesting, don't you? What do you think, Tom?
Delightful.
When you looked at these cards earlier, we're like, wait, how did you do that?
Yeah, it was quite spectacular.
And you were just thinking shiplap the whole time, weren't you?
Yeah, I know. I couldn't. The way that I was thinking of to recreate that effect was just something. It was already a failure.
Maybe I'll put some of these little. I like these. I'm going to put some of these on while we're picking the winner. Maybe I'll just. We got another minute or two. Actually, we don't, but who cares? Because it's just fun to be together. One there, one here. One down here, just to add a little shimmer to it. Let me get a bigger one. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. They're hard to turn over. Okay, I'll put that one there. And then we'll do like one like this. Oh, there's a medium one right here. Oh no, that's big too. The big ones are nice. Should I put just 3 big ones on there? Can't turn them over. They're like turtles. When they turn over, they're on their back and they can't go the other way. We'll add a couple small ones in there too. We'll do one little one here and a little one right here. We'll put babies in there. There we go. Don't you think that makes a difference, having that little bit of shine? We could also put them in the center of the sequins. I mean, in sequins, the center of the snowflakes, if we wanted to add more. But these are just like turtles. That would be pretty. Let's put them in the centers too. We'll really bling it up. We'll really bling it up. And we'll put just a couple little gold ones on the other one. You know, you're already here. You might as well hang out for another minute. I love these. These are our metallic pearls. And one more. There we go. So that's that. Yeah. This is called an Italian goodbye. If you're not Italian, you may not understand this, but this is called an Italian goodbye. In the Italian culture, you start saying goodbye, and especially the women, the men never even get up off the chair until the woman is close to the door. Right, honey?
Right. They start saying goodbye at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, I know.
And you don't even have to worry.
You don't have to worry. Nobody's going anywhere. I'm thinking there are other cultures that are very similar to the Italian goodbye. We're not alone. There we go. Just a couple little ones on that, just to bling it up. Okay. A Swedish goodbye, same thing. Midwest Swedish goodbye. Midwest goodbye, yeah. We're all the same, really. All right, so there are my finished cards. I'm not doing anything else, but I do think that they came out pretty cute. So I'll get some good quality pictures. I'll get these up on both Facebook and on YouTube so you guys can see them. All right. Well, again, let me just remind you that I will not be live on Thursday. Tom has a little family obligation that he's going to take care of, and I'm going to be making lots of samples for our release party, which is next Tuesday. But I will have a 5-minute card video up over the weekend, so stay tuned for that. Okay, Tom. So let's give away the leaf card first. We'll start with the leaf card since it was the first one.
Drum roll, leaf card. Beautiful. How did you make that leaf card? Goes to Jan Mack.
Hey, Jan.
Mack.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Jan. Woohoo! All right, Jan. Okay. And then who gets the snowflake card?
Snowflake card will flutter into the hands of Sharon Taylor.
Sharon,
Taylor.
Congratulations. Yay, congratulations. All right, ladies, all you have to do is send your name to your name and address to info@ginakdesigns.com. Let them know which one of these cards you won, and I will get those out to you. Well, everybody, this has been more than fun. Sorry for my awkward beginning. I'll try to be a little more alert that we're going live. I was looking at my nails and going, oh, I need a manicure. And like I said, I'll be back with another 5-minute card video for you this weekend. No live on Thursday, but we will be back next Tuesday, Tom and I, with a release party with our illustrators and lots of new things, including a kit and an amazing free gift that comes with that kit. You're not going to believe it. All right, everybody. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you all so very much. And we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.